At 60, I had lived long enough to know that danger rarely announces itself with thunder or drums. Sometimes it arrives disguised in sweetness, like a steaming cup of coffee on a quiet morning. It was the day of a major board meeting, one that would decide the future leadership of my textile company. My son, Hamza, had been working with me for a year, and although he was talented, he was still impulsive. His wife, Ariba, however, she was ambitious in a way that almost felt sharp. That morning, she walked into my study with a mug in her hand and a smile that reached her lips but not her eyes. "Good morning, Papa Jai," she said softly. "I made you coffee. This meeting is important. You need to stay fresh." I raised an eyebrow. She had never made me coffee before, never even asked how I liked it. Still, I thanked her. She placed the mug in front of me, gave my shoulder a gentle pat and left the study. As soon as she stepped out, a soft knock appeared at the door. It was Zara, our young maid. She rarely looked directly at me, always shy, always quiet. But today her face was pale, her eyes wide with fear. She whispered urgently, "Sir, don't drink that coffee." I blinked. Why? Her voice trembled. "Please, just don't, trust me." Her fear was not the kind you fake. It was the kind you feel when you've seen something you wish you hadn't. I slowly pushed the mug aside. "Are you going to tell me why?" She shook her head quickly. "Not now, someone will hear. After you return from the office, I will tell you everything." She left just as fast as she came. I sat there staring at the mug. Ariba's smile, Zara's fear. Two women, two warnings, two possibilities. One cup. The meeting. I arrived at the office unsettled, my mind turning over scenarios I didn't want to consider. The boardroom was full. Charts, proposals, and thick folders lay on the table. Hamza smiled nervously when I entered. Ariba sat beside him. Why was she here? "This meeting is for senior executives," I said. She smiled sweetly, "Just supporting my husband, Papa Jai." Hamza avoided my eyes. Then the meeting began, and I understood everything. They presented a proposal I had never approved, a restructuring plan shifting operational power from my hands to Hamza's division. It was bold, risky, and clearly not his idea alone. Every detail had Ariba's touch. "Dad, I think it's time I take more responsibility," Hamza said nervously. "You've worked so hard. And you think I'm ready to step aside?" I finished for him. His face flushed. "Not step aside, just share control." Ariba touched his arm. "It will relieve your stress, Papa Jai." Or remove me, I thought. I closed the folder. I am not unwell, I am not retiring, and I certainly am not stepping down. Ariba's eyes hardened for a moment, just a flicker, before she fixed her smile back on. Then, without another word, I ended the meeting early. Something was wrong, very wrong. I had to hear what Zara knew. The truth. When I came home, Zara was waiting near the backyard gate, nervously gripping her dupatta. "Sir, can we talk now? Tell me everything." She took a deep breath. "For the last 2 weeks, Madam has been asking me strange questions about your medicines, your sleep, your weakness. She wanted to know what you eat, what you drink, how strong your coffee is." My stomach tightened. Zara continued, voice shaking. "3 days ago, she gave me a small bottle. She told me to put just 2 drops in your coffee every morning. She said it would make you slow down." Slow down. A chill ran through my spine. "Did you put anything in my coffee?" I asked quietly. She shook her head quickly. "Never, sir. I threw the bottle away, but today she didn't trust me. She made the coffee herself, and she watched to see if you would drink it." My heart hammered in my chest. I had suspected greed. Not this. Not harm. "What was in the bottle?" I asked. Zara wiped her tears. "I don't know, but she said it wasn't dangerous, just enough to make you dizzy for a few days." Enough to make me lose control at the meeting. Enough to make me look weak. And the meeting, Zara continued quietly, Madam said it was the perfect time, because the board would be forced to make decisions quickly. My jaw clenched. Ariba's ambition was not ambition anymore. It was poison. The confrontation. That evening, I asked for both Hamza and Ariba to come to my study. Hamza looked worried. Ariba looked irritated. Papa Jai, she said, is this necessary? We were about to go out. This won't take long, I said. I held up the untouched coffee cup from the morning. Would you like to drink it? I asked her calmly. She frowned. Papa Jai, what kind of question? Drink it, I repeated. She hesitated, her eyes flickered. I already had coffee today. Hamza looked confused. What's going on? I faced him directly. Your wife asked the maid to put something in my coffee. She wanted me weak before the meeting. Hamza's mouth fell open. What? That can't be true. Zara was standing silently in the corner, trembling. I said quietly, she gave Zara a bottle, told her to use it daily. Ariba's face drained of color. That girl is lying, she shouted. She wants attention. You believe a maid over me. She saved my life, I replied coldly, and she was brave enough to speak. Hamza stared at his wife, stunned. Ariba, tell me this is not true. She broke. Tears spilled down her face. I just wanted you to get what you deserve. Your father never lets you take charge. You work like a slave and he keeps everything for himself. I was only trying to help us move forward. By poisoning my father, Hamza whispered, horrified. It wasn't poison, she screamed. Just something to make him tired for a few days. He would have recovered. Her words stabbed the room like cold knives. Hamza stepped back from her as though she were fire. I spoke calmly. Pack your things. You are leaving this house tonight. She collapsed onto the floor, begging, sobbing, apologizing, but it was too late. Hamza didn't touch her, didn't defend her, didn't even look at her. Security escorted her out. Aftermath. Hamza sat with me long after she was gone. I'm sorry, Abu, he whispered. I didn't know she would go this far. I placed a hand on his shoulder. Ambition is fine, Beta, but not at the cost of humanity. He nodded, tears in his eyes. As for Zara, I increased her salary, moved her to a safer position in the house, and arranged for her education. She had saved more than my life. She had saved my family. And me. I never accepted a cup of coffee again, unless I saw it being made. Just to be safe.